Good morning, everyone. Thanks for joining me here on the WITN First Alert Desk at 8 a.m. I'm Gigi Barnett. Meteorologist Jim Howard will be joining us in just a few moments. But I hope you all had a really wonderful weekend. Yesterday was just such a beautiful day, so hopefully you were able to spend some time outside. But if you didn't, don't worry, we have great weather on the way later this week that Jim will talk about in a little bit. Today is not one of those days, however. We are seeing, comparatively speaking to yesterday, this is a colder day out there, feeling more like our typical winter time. But soon enough, we'll be feeling again like the start of summer, which is so... I'm excited for it. But before we talk about the rest of the weather, we do have a story from last week talking about the tuition rate hikes across UNC system schools. The governing board met last week to approve and implement a 3% increase for undergraduate students across the universities. That includes ECU, UNC system schools. So that means it will cost more for incoming students to attend ECU next semester. We did reach out to people at ECU as well as some incoming students just to talk about this rate hike and what that means for them.
After almost a decade, it will soon cost more for future students to attend East Carolina University. The UNC system governors approved the 3% increase for both in-state and out-of-state undergraduate students Thursday. ECU student body president Daniel Walker says the money will be put to good use.
That is going to go directly into professional advising, which is a really big need on our campus.
WITN reported back in November that ECU trustees approved the tuition hike and sent it off for a vote by the governing board. Now, incoming in-state undergraduates will pay $133 more than current students per year. Incoming out-of-state students will pay $622 more per year. Heather Kavanaugh's child is an incoming in-state ECU freshman. She said the price hike is concerning.
He is also planning on going to med school, so any rate hike is a concern to be able to extend those financial burdens on us in planning that we've already done for him.
On the contrary, Julian Mitchell is the mother of another incoming ECU freshman. While they will be facing increased out-of-state costs, she's not too worried about it.
And we're here because the tuition is more affordable. So I think a one-time hike wouldn't be necessarily concerning.
Mitchell said the fact that the money is going towards advising is a great thing. Walker agrees that tuition at ECU is comparatively good.
One of the main pieces, obviously, in the UNC system is they want to keep in-state students as affordable as possible. I would still say that our out-of-state is very comparable and a really great rate.
All right, something to keep in mind, especially as next semester approaches in the fall. Looking at the numbers here, it does say that incoming in-state undergraduates would be paying $133 more per year than what current students are paying now, while out-of-state students would be paying $622 more per year, raising that tuition for a non-resident for the fall as well. So there's all of that. Let me see if there's anything else to talk about right now. But yeah, it looks like that's just, like they said, this is for advising. So the money is being put to a very good use for its students there.
Advisors for the students?
Yes,
okay.
advising.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, and it seems like every few years we're running a story about a tuition hike,
right,
so it's just
right.
kind of par for the course.
Yeah.
Talking about the warm-up coming late week, before we get there, we've got to go through a kind of chilly day today. In fact, we're in the 40s outside.
Okay.
Wind's blowing a little bit. Wind chills are in the 30s. So you'll need a nice jacket today, and then we'll lose it tomorrow on into midweek. Let's take a look out there over southern Pitt County. The Grifton camera, again, we get some really cool shots from this camera because it's 1,850 feet up in the air on the tower down there just outside of Grifton. 45, that temperature is down at the surface. Looking up high above Grifton, a little dry slot there at camera level, but clouds above that, clouds below it. We'll generally be in clouds all day. That wind chill at 39, Belhaven 42 on the thermometer. As we look out over cloudy skies in Beaufort County, I want to talk about the average last freeze. A lot of you watching the daffodils popping up, a lot of your bushes starting to show some leaves, some of my trees in my yard. Don't plant yet. We need a few more weeks. Generally out on the coast, mid-March, March 10 or so, right on the beaches. As you work inland, late March to early April, average last freeze. Average. It can certainly, we can get freezes later than this, but this is typical. New Bern, back towards Beaufort County, up into Washington County, March 20 to 25. Greenville, Windsor, Kinston, Kenansville, and Points Inland, early April. Generally not recommended you do much planting before that. All right, let that last freeze, that general last freeze period, pass by wherever you live, and then we'll get into it. And you're going to be wanting to plant later this week with temperatures in the 80s. We will likely get another freeze or two before we're done. All right, satellite radar, a few raindrops yesterday evening, in and out, looking good as we head out right now. Generally quiet out the door, and again, I don't see much in the way of rain until maybe late day into the evening hours, but even then it's not going to be a big deal. There's all our air temps. Windsor at 39, Hatteras at 49, generally low to mid 40s across the board. And again, that wind northeast 15, give or take. And you can see the clouds. I'm tracking the temps, the clouds, and the rain on this one graphic, 3 variables that we're watching. So lunchtime, low 50s, and kind of holding into the afternoon. And then late day, a shower or two starts to pop up as we get towards quitting time into the overnight hours. This is a little wetter than a lot of the other data I dug into. I'm going 30% maybe tonight, dinner time, into the overnight for a shower or two. As we head out tomorrow morning, what's left is a coastal shower maybe or two here or there in the morning. Generally clouds breaking up tomorrow afternoon, and the air temps likely pushing low to mid 60s. See Jacksonville, that's a function of how much sunshine we get. Jacksonville, more sunshine at 67, more clouds inland near 60 tomorrow, but big jumps coming across the board temp-wise. Watch Wednesday, start off the day at about 50 degrees, pretty doable, and then those thermometers really start cranking up. By lunchtime, we're in the upper 60s, and then some low to mid 70s Wednesday afternoon. Delightful. Beaches today, upper 40s, low to mid 50s, Crystal Coast, and again the wind northeast at 20-25. So a little wind swept. I put a raindrop or two on the Outer Banks. Not as much Crystal Coast, I think, until after sunset. Shower or two for you guys. And again, the big map looks good. That chilly air pulls away tomorrow. The milder air lifts up the east coast. We shake that chill and get into the nice stuff. Once that warmer air building over Louisiana, that's headed here late week, mid to late week. That's reflected in the 8-day. 52 today, 65 tomorrow. Tomorrow morning, if you're going to be casting your vote early, maybe a stray morning shower. I don't see much, a coastal shower possible. And then 65 tomorrow to 76 Wednesday. And then the 80s come. Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, highs low 80s. Inland, beaches more like 70, overnights around 60. After this rain chance tonight, I don't see another one coming back until maybe late weekend, early next week. We will lose that hour of sleep over the weekend, but the sunset comes an hour later, which is kind of nice.
Yeah.
Sunrise an hour later as well, so a little darker early in the morning.
All right. Well, yeah, just got to take today. It'll be okay. 50s. It's not too bad, but of course, you know, 80s on the way, so we're all really looking forward to that.
And you're right, 50s not too bad.
Yeah.
I mean, it's going to be chilly. The wind will be blowing a bit, but it's doable. You don't have to lock yourself inside today. Just put a couple of layers on. And again, it's a one-day deal. By tomorrow and through tomorrow morning, we'll bounce out of this tomorrow afternoon. And once this warmer air builds in, I don't see the end of it right now.
Okay.
It will end.
Yeah.
We're not going to be 80 degrees or better from here on out, but I'm seeing at least 4 or 5 days at 80. We'll see when that little mini heat wave breaks. Yeah. Maybe in the next week.
Hey,
sometime.
we'll take it for now.
Absolutely.
All right. Well,
Good
thank you
stuff.
for the update,
Yep.
Jim. And thank you all for joining us this morning. We do have a few people over on Facebook joining us. Good morning to George and Elizabeth. Hope you're all having a great Monday. And we will see you next time tomorrow morning. Yep. Have a good one.